Hello, lovelies. Welcome to this thing called life. Let me apologize for my hair. It was wash day, and it's humidity in Tennessee is no joke, and so it's a fuzz factory. But we're not here for me, so let's just ignore this, okay? So I'm gonna give some people some time to jump on. We're gonna talk about summer wells. Well, what's going on with the Summer Wells case, actually, and Gannon Stauch, because that's heartbreaking. Um, I'm going to give people a few minutes to come in. I'm going to tell you right now, I do smoke, so if you see me lean out of frame, that's what it is. But come in here and join me, and let's talk about Summer and Gannon. Man, the world is just such it's a sad place, and humans are awful. Humans are awful people. They really are. And these adults that are supposed to be in care of and protecting these babies are the ones responsible for their hurt. It's sad and it's disgusting. So let's talk about Summer for a second. Guys, also go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you come in here. Go ahead and share the live. That would be fantastic. If you have any input, you have anything to say, go ahead and drop it over here in the chat, and we'll discuss it. Everyone here is welcome, unless you're being a jerk. And if you're going to be a jerk to anybody, whether it be me, whether it be people in the chat, whatever, you're not welcome here. But aside from that, anybody from either side of either one of these cases, or any case for that matter, is welcome here. I do expect respect from everybody in the chat. So let's get into it. So I'm sure all of you have heard by now. My nose ring is crazy. I'm sure all of you have heard by now that Candace was on a panel. Candace Bly was on a panel. And the biggest thing was, or they were going to drop her Cash App because she's struggling, but she's also planning a vacation. Well, which is it? Are you struggling or are you planning a vacation? Because if you're struggling, you got no business taking a vacation. Also, who can really go take a vacation when their daughter is missing? I'm a mother of 3 and a grandmother. I'm a Gigi. But if one of my babies were missing, I don't care if they're 5 or 50. I sure would not be able to go plan a vacation. That's just absolutely absurd to me. I mean, I've had something to say about when people have seen Candace at, like the Dollar General buying her Mountain Dew, or, at Save a Lot or Priceless or whatever. People got something to say about that. And I have said, the woman's got to eat, Yes, Summer is missing. And regardless of if she's responsible for it or not, she's got to eat. I mean, and that's one thing. But planning a vacation while asking for donations to her Cash App because she's struggling. Make that make sense. And how do you plan a vacation? I think it was to Myrtle Beach, I think. If I'm wrong, correct me and let me know. But I think how do you plan a vacation to Myrtle Beach or anywhere really when your daughter is missing? Your boys were taken from you. You're supposedly trying to get them back. I say that loosely. How do you justify being able to plan a vacation? And I heard something she said. I think she was talking to Ernie. And she had said something along the line, and I'm not going to be quoting this verbatim, I don't think, but I do remember her saying something about, I'm trying to move on or move forward. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to recover. Is what she said. I'm trying to recover, but I can't with all this BS going on. How do you recover? Do you have answers about your baby girl that the rest of us don't know about? How do you recover? Just curious. How do you recover from your missing daughter that you still have not found? Apparently, no one has. How do you recover from losing your boys? How do you recover? You're trying to recover. How do you recover? Candace, if you see this, Candace Blah, Candace Wells, Candy Wells Blah, whatever it is you going by today. I have defended the fact that you have been to, the store, like I said, buying your Mountain Dews, hell, even your twisted tea. Do you? Okay. But how do you justify, Candace, planning a vacation? We still don't know where your daughter is. There are people out here, especially in our neck of the woods, because I'm about 40 minutes from you. I live over here in Greenville, Tennessee, in case anybody needs to come talk or tell me anything or whatever. I'll meet you. I have defended the fact that you still have to live. You have to eat. You have to drink, whatever. I've defended that. Because no matter what in the world, because no matter what, until people start being honest and we find out what really happened to that little girl. I mean, you got to live. I get it. How do you justify that in your heart and in your soul that you are planning a vacation while asking for donations on your Cash App and having other creators post your Cash App on their panel? Because you're having a hard time. Well, so is the rest of America right now. But anyway, you're having a hard time, but you're planning a vacation. Because a lot of us are having a hard time. I don't know about anybody else out here, but I ain't going to be going on vacation this year. My anniversary is the end of this month, April 22nd. We don't even get to go on vacation for that. Why? Because we are generally, really, truly having a hard time like everyone else. So I need to know. You can private message me. You can come over here in the chat. That's fine. I will be respectful, but I need to know, how do you justify planning a vacation when you're asking donations to your Cash App because you're having a hard time? Hi, babe. Hi. How do you, and furthermore, even if you had the money of your own, which apparently you don't, how do you justify going on a vacation when you're supposed to be working on getting your boys back, or so I heard, and your daughter is missing? There are those of us that have taken time out of our lives, lost sleep, talked to people, been to these places, looking for clues, looking for your daughter, and you're planning vacations. I personally have lost sleep, used my time, used my money, used my efforts to go everywhere I could, to research everything I could, to try to find your daughter, Summer. And you're planning vacations. I don't understand that. I don't. I mean, it's going, you know what? June 15th, it's going to be 2 whole years. And I'm sure you know, I'm sure today you'll never forget for whatever reason. It, whatever the reason is, I'm sure that is a day that will stay with you, just like it will the rest of us who have grown to love summer and have exhausted so much and still to this day trying to find and bring that baby home. I don't know about home to you, but home. Mother to mother, Candace, I understand. I can't even begin to understand what it feels like for my children to be missing. I'm not going to pretend like I understand that because I don't. I don't understand what that feels like. Whether you know, whether you don't know what happened to her, I still have to think that somewhere in your conscience, in your soul, it affects you. And I'm not saying that you know, I'm just saying either way, I have to think that it affects you and you carry that with you. Because I know a lot of us that are strangers. Smiley is a huge soldier for summer. Always has been, and I'm sure always will be. She puts in so much time, so much effort. She's a huge warrior for summer. Trevor Lee puts in so much amount of time of his own time, his own money, just like the rest of us. Huge warrior for summer. I myself have been to Warrior Path State Park. I myself have traced your steps of the accounts of the day that you said happened, June 15th, 2021. I myself have driven the route that you claim you took. You took the steps that you claim you took. Just maybe, fresh eyes. Maybe somebody missed something. I have driven down Ben Hill Road, seen the signs, bring summer home, all down your road. But when you get to your property, you have no trespassing. People, commoners, myself, Trevor, many people have volunteered to come search the property. We've heard everything from, oh, it's dangerous. Oh, there's critters. Oh, you could get hurt. We don't care. We are willing to take that risk to come search for that baby. And you all shut it down. So tell me again how you have the audacity to plan a vacation. I mean, really, I'm curious. I would love to know. No, I'm not trying to make you upset. I'm not trying to make you mad at all. I'm just generally curious. How does that sit well with your soul? Because I can tell you now, all of my children are adults, okay? All of them. They range from 23 to 18, and I have a grandchild. I can tell you right now, if any of them ever went missing or got gone, as you all say, there is not a single step, a single place, a single moment, millisecond that would go by that I would not be actively doing everything I could to find my daughter. Then we get told, you all don't want us putting Summer's name and face and likeness out there. Well, I'm not going to speak for anybody else. Well, I guess I can. We don't care. Because I will still continue to put her face out. I will still continue to keep her name out, to talk about her, to try to find her, to try to find clues to where she is. Believe that. I don't care if you get mad or not. And I think it's absolutely absurd that you, as a mom, would want people to stop putting your daughter out there. None of this makes sense. All of this is this all seems like a bad dream. This does not make sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I know that you have supporters, and that's fine. And they're welcome here. So are you. Nothing but respect will be given for you. Dawn, just don't bring Tim Mullen over here. Because when I say anybody's welcome, I don't mean him. He's a joke. And he does not have your best interest or Summer's or Dawn's or anybody's but his own. It's absolutely gross, and you need to do better. And Tim Mullen, if you see this, you're a disgusting human. Using the Summer Wells page for places to visit in Kingsport? Are you kidding me? This is all a bunch of this is all a circus. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, Dawn, Candace, if you know something, anything, just say it. Be honest already. It's been 2 years. How do you sleep? You know, I heard a YouTuber today. I don't remember her name. I think it's Michelle something. Yeah. She split back and forth, about if she thinks the parents are guilty, if they're not, whatever. And I watched a video today that she had said something about, is it possible that somebody could have saw Summer and came up on that property and taken her? She said yes. No. She's over in the UK somewhere. She's from the area that Nicola Bully, that the Nicola Bully case is in. It's in the same county. So she doesn't know anything about over here. She doesn't know anything about our hills, valleys, mountains. She didn't know anything about that. And she said, is it possible that somebody saw Summer and came up and just took her? No. Anybody that's been to Ben Hill Road, 110 Ben Hill Road, anybody that's driven past there, been there, every one of y'all know ain't nobody drove down the road and saw that baby. Nobody. That's just, you can't even see the house. So nobody drove down the road and saw this baby. Nobody. And it's just completely ignorant to think that they did. Because I personally have been out there. And I can tell you right now, nobody drove down the road and took this baby. Not a soul. That is not probable. It's like a 0% probability. No. And they go back and forth throwing stones at each other. Everybody remembers a long time ago when Dawn said Candace doesn't have not a single alibi, but he has 7. Why do you need 7? You got 7 people to lie for you? And then there was, Candace said also, you don't know what Dawn's done. No, we don't. Candace, tell us. We're all here for it. We don't know what Dawn has done, but apparently you do. So why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell us? We'd all love to know. Matter of fact, I can say, and I'm sure many other YouTubers that are close to us would say, you know what? If you want one of us to go singly, like just by ourselves, to go get her, go find her, whatever, we'll do that. I'll sign up. And I'm sure Trevor and many more will too. We'll sign up. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Tell us. We don't. You said yourself, you don't know what Dawn's done. No, but you do. Why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell us? And Dawn, why don't you tell us why you had to have 7 alibis? Because that's interesting. I mean, isn't one suffice, especially if it's, I don't know, the truth, perhaps? And where's Robin Lane been? Anybody seen her? Anybody heard from her? Where's she been? She was all up front in the spotlight when Summer first went missing, but now she's kind of in the shadows. Where'd she go? What happened to her? All of this whole entire, the family, the people connected to this, it's all a big circus. And everybody knows something about everybody else. And so nobody is talking. And it just keeps going in this vicious cycle. This person may know something, but the person here knows something about them. It's ridiculous. This is a missing child. I don't give 2 craps about what your personal lives are, what your personal business is. Do what you do, honey. I don't really care, and nobody else cares either. I don't care how many twisted teas you consume. I don't care how much drugs you abuse. I really do not. I don't care. What I'm here for and what I care about is Summer. I don't care what you do, who you do it with, how many people you have on the side, where you went. I don't care. I want Summer. I am here for Summer. So are hundreds of other creators. Where is Summer? Candace, Dawn, where is Summer? This gives me a headache, y'all. I spent so much time consumed 24/7 with this baby girl. You know what else kills me is Dawn wants to make stupid ass comments, excuse my French, about all of us that are concerned about Summer and put so much time and effort into Summer. He's got to say stupid things like, oh, you're obsessed with my daughter. No, sir, we care about your daughter, which is more than we can say for you, apparently. Because we are putting ourselves out there, face and voice, we're putting ourselves out there to find your kid. It's a sad day when hundreds, thousands of strangers put in more effort and care more about your sweet baby than you apparently do. Should probably work on that. It's not a nice character flaw. Okay, so we're going to move on from that because I'm just going to get irritated and it's not a good look for me. So now let's talk about Gannon. Gannon Stauch. Let's talk about Gannon. Hold on. Sorry about my little rant there, y'all. I get a little out of sorts talking about Summer. The only people that seem to care is Summer's army, all of us here in YouTube land. Anyway, so let's talk about Gannon. Also, guys, if you guys know anything about Summer, sorry to go back to this, if you guys know anything about Summer, hear anything about Summer, no matter how small it may be, how big it may be, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Call them. I don't recommend calling Hawkins County because they're pretty useless, okay? Yeah, especially the sheriff. Yeah, he's a crack. Anyways, he's a crack job. So call 1-800-TBI-FIND. If you know anything, if you hear anything, even if you think it's stupid, if you think it's nothing, it may be something. If you know anything at all about Summer Wells, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. So let's go to Gannon. So, as you guys know, Gannon was, sorry, my voice is crazy, was the 11-year-old that was reported missing in Colorado by his, I don't even want to call her his stepmother, by his stepmonster. So we're going to call her. She does not deserve the respect of even being called by her name. She's trash. Anyway, so they're going to just, not see me for a second. Gannon's dad left on, what was it, the 20, when did he leave? The 25th, I think. 25th, 27th. He left to go to the National Guard. I think that's correct. Yeah, he flew out of Colorado, out of the Denver airport. 2 days later, Gannon was reported missing. Well, the step monster, it's the nicest thing I can say here because, the YouTube police will get me banned. So, nicest thing we can call her is a step monster, although I got so many more colorful words. He was reported missing, and as soon as he was reported missing, of course, Al, his dad, rushed back to Colorado. He was picked up, the step monster picked him up in a rented car, like in a rental car. And, he said that immediately that was like a throw off. And she said she had left her car at the school that she worked at. So he goes searching for Gannon in the car. He didn't see the car where she left it. And he searched the parking lot 3 times to make sure he didn't miss it. And then that's when he became suspicious. So, he then immediately called the sheriff's department, right, to report his suspicions to the sheriffs about his son Gannon. Now, I don't know what the deal was with like Gannon's bio mom, if he, lived with his dad and his stepmonster, or if he was, just visiting. I don't really know. That's not really my business, and that has no bearing on this case whatsoever. So, the dad called the sheriff's department, and the step monster story, she said a man broke in, essayed her, and kidnapped Gannon. Also, the step monster asked her 17-year-old daughter to go purchase garbage bags, baking soda, and carpet powder before calling 911 to report Gannon missing. I know that the prosecution is saying that this was used to clean up the blood. This little boy was unalived, allegedly, in his own bedroom, the place where he should feel the safest, like by his step monster. The autopsy for Gannon showed that he was stabbed 18 times, had a gunshot wound to the head and a skull fracture. His body was found, sadly, on March 17th, 2020, in a suitcase in Florida. This female had the audacity to plead not guilty by reason of insanity. Now let's discuss that. Apparently, she's saying she was in a psychosis. Well, I'm going to do a tarot read on this case. I haven't yet. I just wanted to talk about it, just what we know for sure to be fact. And, how does an 11-year-old child deserve that? Being stabbed 18 times and a gunshot and a skull fracture? No human well, I'm not going to say no human deserves that, but that's terrible to happen to anybody, much less a child. How does a child make you that mad? I mean, I'm going to say I haven't done an intuitive or a tarot read on this, but I will say it just came to jealousy. I just got jealousy. I feel like she was jealous of Gannon. I'll do a read on that. I may do it live. I don't really know, but that's just the initial feeling that I get, is that she was jealous of Gannon. Why? What adult is jealous of a child? That's ridiculous. And you need mental help if that's the case. And why bring the 17-year-old daughter into this? Like, why make her go purchase your stuff to clean up the crime, the terrible tragedy that you committed? You don't deserve kids. You don't deserve any kids. And I sincerely hope, allegedly, that the state does not fall for your insanity crap. It's ridiculous. You're not insane. You're just mean. You're not insane. You're just jealous. You're not insane. You're just soulless and heartless. Gross. So what have you guys heard anything different about Gannon, or anything new that I have not mentioned that I don't know about? It's just, ugh. There's so much going on in the world. To me, it seems like, I honestly fear for my grandchild growing up in the world like it is now. It's scary. It's very scary. Then, of course, Tennessee is still recovering from the Nashville shootings. Which was a tragedy. And honestly, yeah, I know apparently there was a manifesto written by him. And you know what else bothers me? I'm going to say this. Hold on, let me plug up my laptop. It's not even plugged in. Daggone it. Hey, babe, will you get me some more wine, please? Stay with me, guys. I got to plug in my device here. Okay, so the Nashville shootings. Man, I don't know if you guys have noticed, and no, before this even starts, sorry, my dog's a little mouthy. She's opinionated. Before somebody even takes what I say and twist it, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. No, by any means, anything I'm about to say is not in defense of the assailant in the Nashville shootings. Not at all. So don't even try to twist it. But we're going to be honest about some things here. Thank you, love. Guys, I got the best wife ever. Sometimes. You're welcome. Thanks. I'm lucky. I know. Don't get it twisted, though. She don't mind very well. No, she doesn't. I just now got her potty trained. It's crazy, ain't it? Anyway. Okay, so now let's go back to this, the Nashville shooting. I wasn't going to talk about this, but here we are. So let's, I'm going to say one more time, I am not taking up for this person at all. This was definitely a tragedy, and I feel like it could have been avoided. Aiden Hale. Yeah, I'm not gonna misgender him. I'm not doing that because that's a whole other ball game. Okay. That is a whole other ball game that does not even have anything to do with the tragedy. So I don't know if you're from Tennessee or if you're not, but if you're not, even if you're not, I'm sure you've heard it. Tennessee, time travel must be real because our government is trying to go back to like 1946. I am in Tennessee. Sorry about my nail. It looks crazy. I need to get them done. I know. Don't judge me. Okay. So Tennessee is definitely doing some off the wall type of mess. Okay. And around here, the media has been purposely misgendering the shooter. Y'all can hate me for this if you want to. That's completely fine. You're entitled to your opinion, just like I am. And again, everybody's welcome here, no matter what opinion you have. We can all be respectful and we can all learn from each other, maybe. And we can have an adult conversation about it. I'll bring you up in the panel if you want to talk about it. That's fine. So let's talk about this. So the Nashville shooter. Sad. Like I said, our media is purposely misgendering him, which is it's not necessary. Okay. Whether you want to call the shooter Audrey or whether you want to address the shooter by the chosen gender, which is Aiden, does it take away or add to the tragedy that occurred? No, it doesn't. Either way, the same person still committed this terrible tragedy. Either way. I don't know what Aiden's family's stance on this is. On what, gender they choose to acknowledge. I will say this, as much as our hearts go out to the victims and their families, absolutely, it was such a tragedy, and I'm heartbroken that happened. My heart also goes out to the family of Aiden Hale because they too suffered a loss. You don't have to agree with it. I don't really care if you do, but the fact remains they too suffered a loss. And not only did they suffer a loss, they're having to deal with the backlash of Aiden's actions that they had no control over. It's just a sad situation all the way around. It's just sad. I don't know. The world's crazy. The world has gone absolutely insane. And I think also I'm going to wrap this up because I think I want to talk about some other things going on in the world right now or in our country right now. But I'm absolutely not going to put it in this video about Summer and Gannon and the loss of the victims in the Nashville shooting. So if you have comments, go ahead and drop them. You can private message me. You can go to my website. Sorry, I just like went brain flat for a while. You can go to my website that is listed in the bio. And I'm going to be back with you guys here shortly. We're going to talk about some other things that are going on. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you like talking about it. Drop your questions, email me. Also, if you need to book with me for readings, if you go up to my channel, there's a little icon on the right side that says book with me, and it will take you to my website. So just click that, and it'll take you there to book with me. Also, if you would rather do it, like I said, via email, you're more than welcome to do that. Or you can leave a comment here and let me know that you want to book for readings. Or if you're in the state of Tennessee, if you need a wedding officiant, for obvious reasons that it's hard to find one, just like I said, get with me, email me, go in the comments, go to my website, go to the book me icon. It will take you to my site, and I'll be glad to work that out for you. I hope you guys have a great night. And like I said, don't go too far because we're going to come back here in a little bit and talk about something else. I just didn't want to mix it with this video. So I hope you guys have a great night, and simply be kind. Love each other, okay? Stop the hate. Love each other. You don't have to agree. You don't have to be on the same side of the spectrum to be kind. Love you guys. Have a great night.